Hello, my dear and wonderful crystal lovers. Welcome back to the channel. If you are new around here, I'm AM and I have a company called Aviuvi. And at aviuvi.com you can find the most amazing sustainably sourced crystals. And yeah, as you just saw, I finished up my antique gambling table. Not that it has anything to do with crystals, but I just wanted to show you how it all turned out. You know, I got this gambling table practically for free. So I did splurge a little bit on the oil that I used on it. I ended up going with a non-toxic vegetable oil, and I really love the result of it. This table is right next to our sofa, and this is where I sit in the morning and meditate. I write a gratitude journal, so I needed my selenite and my, of course, gratitude journal, but also my pyrite that I use for meditation. Yeah, so I just wanted to show you that. I know it's completely off topic of crystals, but I don't know, I just love to weave in some different things about sustainability and our lifestyle, and I've promised you guys that I'd show you a little bit more of how we practice spirituality in our everyday life, because, well, we do love these practices that are just really aligned with our current lifestyle, with the way that we do things anyways. So we don't want it to be something that's separate from our everyday life. We want to incorporate it into everything that we do, whether it is working with crystals or buying an old antique table and making it look nice and having all of these natural materials in our living space. We love having natural materials around the house just because it brings so much serenity and a lot of joy and tactility compared to having a lot of plastics and artificial materials. So I'm just really happy with the result, that it turned out way darker than I thought that it would. It hasn't been stained, it's just oil. I'm not quite sure why it turned out this dark, but maybe if you know something about woodwork, maybe you know why. I promise you guys, I've washed it up so many times because it was an oldie but a goodie. We're actually still able to see all of the ways in which it has been repaired over the years, and the way that it has this natural patina. And I just love having these things in my surroundings. I think it's a way better choice than to go to IKEA and buy something new. So whenever I can find a piece like this one, yeah, I really treasure it. And yeah, I just styled it up with a bunch of thrifted things, with a lot of books. You know, we are doing a more analog autumn and winter this year. And of course, my crystals that I use daily, so the selenite and my pyrite that I use for meditation. And also I have a gratitude journal, so I sit here and write down 10 things that I'm grateful for every morning. And it has been one of my most beloved practices. But this weekend was Finders Keepers Design Market in Copenhagen. If you live abroad and you don't know what Finders Keepers is, I'll tell you in a little bit. But let me just tell you, I was so happy. It's always such a joy being at this event. Finders Keepers is the #1 design market here in Denmark. This is where you go if you have something exciting and new. And yeah, they do have quite a long waiting list and some pretty high standards as to who is able to have a shop here. I've been there many times with my fashion brand Aviuvi, and it has always been a success. And I've been here now a few times with Aviuvi, and it's just so lovely. You have received it so well, you guys who came to visit me in my shop and who came to support me and to buy my crystals and have interesting conversations about crystals and spirituality. So thank you so much for everybody who stopped by. What makes Finders Keepers so special is that they have a really high bar for who gets to put up a shop there. It has to be really high quality, and it has to be sustainable too, and of course it has to be super cool and trendy, because this is where a lot of the shops around Denmark and Scandinavia, they also come to stock up for their stores to find new talents. This is also where the museums come to find new talent. So the bar is really high, and the customers know that, and they know that Finders Keepers is going to deliver on a lot of beautiful things, and that they're not going to leave there empty-handed. They're going to find some treasures. And you can really tell that also by the customers who come there, that they're really minded to find these treasures. So this is definitely the best of the best when it comes to finding the coolest new things and the trendiest things in Scandinavian design. And I'll leave the link both for their shop. They have a great online shop, but also for the markets, so you can go and see the next time that there is an event. I would highly recommend it. But this time I didn't have time to go out and shop a lot because I was in my shop and I was busy. But I did find some new things. I got some new notebooks, and I ordered a blanket that I'm getting today, that I'm taking to the plant house, and I'll show you guys there. The quality of everything at Finders Keepers is just really high. And I mean, I've bought so many things over the years: interior and pottery, blankets, pillows, skincare, and also beautiful scents, because my favorite company that makes sustainable oils and candles, they were there, but I didn't have time to go and shop there. It's called Mind Food, and I'll leave a link for it below if you're into like essential oils. Go and check them out too. So the beauty of concepts like Finders Keepers is that it really is a service to all concept. Of course, Finders Keepers is making a revenue on this event, but also there's a lot of support for the local artisans, for the local businesses, for independent businesses, and also the customers get to find so many beautiful and sustainable objects, products, items that they can buy, instead of buying things from some of the larger companies that may not be so ethical or sustainable. So a big shout out to Finders Keepers, because I love you guys. I think you are doing the best job. And another thing is that you get to buy directly from the business owner. So someone like me who can tell you all about the different items that you can buy. And instead of going and buying from a second source or a third source, you're actually really supporting that independent business. If you're looking to buying different things online, particularly from an online store that is named after a rainforest, you might want to go directly to whatever company it is that you want to buy from, because in that way you are financially supporting them more than you are if you're buying from a third party, right? I hope that made sense. It was a little bit cryptic, I know, but yeah, you know, the internet. So this definitely was a busy weekend for me, and of course I did sell a whole lot of crystals. And yeah, that's wonderful. I love it, and I love that I get to talk directly to you guys in person when you come and see me live. I love making videos too, of course, because I get to reach out to you all over the world, and I love when you write me. So what I sold a lot of was, of course, geodes and pyrites, and I will be able to stock up on that for November and December, kind of. But I also did sell a lot of these collector's items, like the one that I did a video on the last time, the Muscovite, was sold this weekend too. So I had to take that down, of course, from the web shop. And this, I'm not saying this to be annoying, but if you see something in these videos that you love, or if you see something on the web shop that you love, you actually really do have to be a little bit quick to buy it, because they do sell out quite quickly. So if you have something on your wish list for the holidays, or if you have something in mind for a friend or a family member, or you want to buy crystals for like your grandkids or your nieces and nephews and your children, I would definitely recommend that you go and get them now. And I'm not saying this to be annoying, I'm just saying it because I know that a lot of these items are gonna sell out pretty quickly in the next few months. So one thing that some of you guys who came and visited me at the market this weekend, you mentioned that you want me to be more active on the fast-paced social media platforms like Instagram and TikTok. And I totally get that, because I use those platforms as a consumer myself. However, me personally, as a business owner and for making businesses, I like to do these YouTube videos because I get to elaborate a lot more on the different crystals and my values, and I think it's just not so much in my personality to do like these quick things. But I promise you guys, I will get much better at doing it, because I hear you and I understand you. I love watching TikToks and Instagram too. And I know that there would be like a big value for me as a business to be more active on these social media platforms. It's just a thing where I have to make, like personally, I have to make an extra effort. So I have quite a few events coming up this November and December, and some of them are in the workings, but one that I am most definitely going to, and that I'm looking so much forward to, is at a castle called Bernstorff Castle, and it is like north of Copenhagen. It is one of the most beautiful and stunning old castles that we have in Denmark. If you live in Copenhagen and you haven't been there, definitely go and visit it, especially for Christmas, because they go all out for Christmas. It's November 18th, 19th and 20th, so both Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And if you're into Christmas, if you're into like the holidays, if you have kids, if you have grandparents, whatever it is, this is like the most Christmassy thing I've ever been to. I've only been there as a guest and never with Aviuvi, of course, because Aviuvi is so new, but I am looking so much forward to going there. So that's definitely on the calendar. And then I have a few others that I'm going to tell you about later, and maybe I'll even have something in between that I'll tell you about too. But this one is for sure. And it's going to be so much fun, I just know it. So a little bit of updates on the shop, what's been going on, what I've been doing, how business is going, and where to find me the next time. So that was it for today, and thank you so much for watching my videos. If you enjoyed this video and you would like more of this type of content, please make sure to like and share and subscribe. It helps me to know what you guys want me to talk about, but it also helps others to find this content if that is what they're looking for. And I want to wish you the most wonderful day with so much love to you and to yours.